Get that in there?
Hey guys. Oh man.
Somehow,
Yeah, sorry.
There we go.
Hey guys. Just a tip, 17.3 with Dakota and Kev. Talking today about the snatch chest bar couplet that came out for the 17.3. Snatches and chest bar, we're just gonna go over some basic things. I just gotta click this thing for low battery. We're gonna go over some basic things that you can do with these movements, then we're gonna go over just general game plan. There's not too much game planning in this WOD. It's an Olympic weightlifting WOD. We don't snatch very often for general fitness. Actually, you guys do it more than people that don't snatch at all in the regular retro fitness, LA fitness world. However, these competitive CrossFit Games athletes, they do snatching a lot more. It's not wrong that you haven't. To be honest with you, I would say that it has its place in a fitness routine, but you also have to have other things of balance. Like you kind of build up to these high skilled movements, and so it's one of those things where maybe it'll give you motivation to work on it a little bit on the side. But if you're not an amazing squat snatcher and you're just doing it 3 times a week, trying to be a healthy, fit individual, you're doing a great job. It's not a negative thing. So. This is going to reward the specialist today, but in the same sense, it's CrossFit Games, and so it's always like a test in that sense. With that being said, if you don't snatch very often, chances are you're not going to do that well. You're not just going to hit weights you've never hit before, as too high at least, too heavy at least, just because you really want to. Chances are just because you haven't practiced it, So don't make it a negative thing in your head. And hopefully try to enjoy it. One cool thing is the WOD's not going to hurt that much. So after 17.1, at least we kind of get a little bit of a break for our, well, at least for me. I was traumatized doing that sick. That was one of the worst experiences of my life. What? It was brutal, yeah. All right, cool. Kevin, anything to add?
No, I mean, these points we're going to cover should hit. Yeah.
He's got nothing to add. Actually, he had something to add earlier, but we are, once again, redoing the video. It was 12 minutes long, so
yeah.
Keeping it short. All right, snatches.
All right, so I think the biggest thing for this, what you can do short-term to prep for a workout, obviously you can't learn to snatch if you don't know it, but you can do mobility work to prep. So basically you want to get to the point where you can be in all the positions you need to be in for a snatch comfortably, right? So we did some mobility right before we're filming this now, just to prep to do the workout tomorrow. We sat in this bottom of a squat for 5 minutes. Smashworks, we mentioned before, is a great resource, so is Mobility WOD. You can go check out some of their shoulder mobility techniques they have there. So I would make sure you open up shoulders, hips, ankles, anything you need to stay upright in the bottom of the squat, obviously.
Definitely. Ollie shoes are one of those things that you can use in this workout. Generally, I avoid to lifting them because you never know in a WOD if you're going to be able to use them, so I didn't want to be Ollie shoe dependent. But really, you can go straight up geardo and go crazy with it because you're just doing chest bars. So you can wear Ollie shoes, knee wraps, wrist wraps, belt. That's everything. Hook grip tape. Shirt, shorts. It's the second time we made this joke. It's weird. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day because when we film it twice, we say the same things.
It's still not funny though.
Nah, not funny. Anyway, oh yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah. So warm up before you start the WOD. Obviously, warm up to a heavy single, something that you're close to your 1 rep max, or maybe even hit your 1 rep max.
Well, I think maybe whatever you plan on, whatever. If your 1 rep max is 200, warm up. Yeah, warm up 185.
Yeah. So yeah, whatever the workout weight, your 1 rep max is closest to without going over.
I mean, you could go over, I guess. Cara Webb did that one time, the Invitational, but it's never happened to me, unfortunately. I've never warmed up to my 1 rep max. PR on accident.
Get something else heavy.
Mainly because I suck. Yeah, exactly, guys. Warm up heavy. Then during the WOD, I just think just a tip: just stick with singles. If you're rich running, you're gonna get to the end of this WOD. Then yeah, you're gonna wait. You're trying to save time and all these things. I really don't think any of us have to do anything but singles. We don't need the negative pulling it down, unless you just want to, you know, but I do think it'd elevate the heart rate, and it'd also fatigue you for later rounds. And for most of us, actually for mainly everybody, this is a snatch limiting WOD, so like, we're trying to do everything we can to reduce energy expenditure so that we can get another rep, because 1 or 2 snatch reps will make a big difference in your score.
Don't fatigue.
On the chest bars.
On the chest bars, yeah. Well, so my game plan, I know 185s would be, I'm not gonna get through 185 round, so I have 8 minutes basically to get through 95, 135 round. Chest to bars early on are gonna be nothing, so I'm just gonna pace myself. I'm not gonna do, I haven't decided exactly how I'm gonna break it up, but I might do 3s or something like that. But I have plenty of time to do that. I just want to get to the 185 round, kind of fresh, see what I can do from there, and that's kind of how I'm gonna play my game tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna break up my chest to bars probably early on, because I just don't want to run out of chest to bars, and I don't want to elevate my heart rate. So I think if my chest to bars will probably look like, say if it's a set of 6, 1, 2, 3, drop, turn, jump, 1, 2, 3, 1 or 2 second rest. I lose 1 or 2 seconds. In the grand scheme of things, if that helps me not fatigue my grip, not fatigue my forearms are my grip, but not fatigue my shoulders, just not get to any point to where like I'm exhausted. Also, lats are really important in the snatch to keep the bar close. So if my lats are completely fried, I'm screwed. So I'm just gonna do these things like, I'm just gonna slow down the chest to bars. I break them up into sets, just for that point entirely. Also, if you elevate your heart rate too much, you are screwed. Like if you're gonna win this WOD, games athletes have to go on a bit more of an elevated heart rate, because they're kind of expected to finish, and then in their time that they finish in will actually matter. I'm graded in this workout by how many snatches at 225 I can hit, because my 1 rep max is 235. So my intended goal in this workout is to prepare myself to hit as many snatches as possible. Rich Froning's is to get the fastest time getting through all this work. See how that kind of changes it? If my heart rate is too elevated and I'm fatigued, there's a good chance I will not be able to hit snatches. And so I will have screwed myself, and I would have done worse than I want to do, because my goal is different. That being said, guys, that's going to vary based on how good of a chest to bar person you are, all that kind of jazz. Just a little thing to add. Our Broad Street CrossFit competitive program, for anybody that is looking to compete in CrossFit, we were doing a ton of this kind of stuff. We did a ton of snatch ladders, a ton of snatch volume, working up to heavy percentages, under time limits, so under fatigue. So I give myself a pat on the back. I definitely had us prepared for this recently in this last cycle, and honestly, we've been doing it a lot, so that's pretty dope. And anybody in Broad Street CrossFit can do our competitive programming. It's definitely not appropriate for somebody who's just trying to be a part-timer. It's not better than our regular programming, if that's your goal. But if your goal is to compete in competitive CrossFit, let me know. I'll invite you to the Facebook group. It's free. You can see the programming that we do there, and get in on it, man, because we're going places, you know? That's a plane. Flying. Kev, do you have anything to add?
No, I mean,
Who does it, guys?
Like snatches, weightlifting, skill movements, like you never have days when you're snatching and everything just feels like garbage. You don't want to feel that way going into this workout. Like, that's my game plan. So I'm gonna come in, make sure that I have plenty of time to warm up, dial in my snatch, change things around, and really feel good about the positions I'm in, how I'm pulling, all of that. And then I think you do all that work, and you're putting your best foot forward on this workout.
Yeah, I think you're right. It pays to be super warm and ready to rock on this one. This isn't like some of these WODs are like a Band-Aid. Get in there, it sucks, it hurts, rip it off, get it done. This is not really a Band-Aid. It's more of one of those things where like you're just putting yourself in the best position to get the most work out of this one. So yeah. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. And good luck.
Under 12.